It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update, as the Bullet Club offered to help Jon Moxley, and is Chris Jericho set to appear at WrestleMania? All that and more coming up in today's video, but first, let's take a look at the final Wednesday Night War ratings between AEW and NXT, with this being the final week before WWE's Gold brand moves to Tuesday nights. NXT saw a rare win in the overall viewerships this time, drawing an average of 768,000 viewers for night one of their Stand and Deliver takeover show, which is up 17.4% from last week. This is their highest rating since last year's Halloween Havoc. In the key demo, they came up short with a 0.22, ranking 11th for the night on cable. AEW averaged 688,000 viewers, which is down 1.7% from last week, although they did win the demo with a 0.28, ranking 5th on cable. NXT may have won the viewership battle this week, but AEW come out on top in the war, topping NXT 63 times to 10 in the overall viewerships and 74 to 1 in the key demo, and it will be interesting to see how both shows do now that they are running unopposed on separate nights, which will begin next week. And do you think that NXT and AEW will start to break past that 1 million point? Let me know in the comments down below. Christian Cage made his return to wrestling this year at the Royal Rumble in January before making the jump to AEW at Revolution last month. In a recent interview with ET Canada, Christian Cage listed the things that are left on his bucket list now that he is back in active competition and said, "Yeah, I mean right now, just to come back and to compete at the highest level. If I couldn't come back and be what I was, if not better, I wouldn't even attempt this, and for me, the only goal that I have is to put on quality matches and to be able to write the final chapter myself. It never sat well with me that I was told this was done, so now that I've been kind of gifted this opportunity to rewrite the final chapter on my own, I don't take that lightly. So I'm going to go out there, and whether I'm working in the main events, I'm working for championships, whether I become the champion, that's all icing on the cake. But for me, just to go out there and have quality matches and at the same time elevate and help teach the younger generation coming up and make sure that they're set up for success in the future." He also went on to compare his AEW debut to his TNA debut in 2005, pointing out that this time it's different, with his main goal of being to help the future generations this time around. This statement seems to be to combat the criticism that he is taking up the younger guys' spots and showing the fans that he is here to help the future, not to hold it back, which I think is important for him to do. This week on Dynamite, Christian was approached by Taz, who offered him a place in his faction, and with the answer likely being a no, it looks like Christian could be set to step in the ring with the likes of Brian Cage, Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs and Hook at some point in the future. Following the Young Bucks' latest turn this week on Dynamite, where they superkicked Jon Moxley to realign with Kenny Omega, Moxley has been offered the help of a certain Bullet Club tag team. Tama Tonga, one half of the Gorillas of Destiny, tweeted, "Looks like you need help, Jon Moxley." He posted this along with a gif of GOD. With Tama based in Florida, it's possible that he could show up on Dynamite in the future as part of the working agreement with New Japan, although I couldn't find anything about where his tag team partner Tanga Loa is based, but it could be in Florida as well. That said, even if he does live in Japan, he could still show up, as we've seen with Maki Ito, who is also based in Japan, meaning that the door is open between Japan and Jacksonville. Hopefully we see this tweet lead to the long anticipated appearance from the Bullet Club in AEW, with them potentially turning on Moxley to align with AEW's version of the group. Vice's popular documentary series Dark Side of the Ring is set for a third season and will begin to air weekly on Thursday, 6th of May. The first two seasons of the series covered many topics, including the Benoit family tragedy, Owen Hart's fall at Over the Edge 99, the Montreal Screwjob, the career of New Jack, and the killing of Bruiser Brody. This season's debut episode will cover the life and death of Brian Pillman, which will have commentary from Stone Cold Steve Austin. The new trailer trailer also revealed 5 of the remaining 13 episodes, with the topics of the Ultimate Warrior, Dynamite Kid, the WCW New Japan show in North Korea, Nick Gage, and Grizzly Smith, who is the father of Jake the Snake Roberts, all being revealed. If you haven't watched the series before, I'd recommend checking it out, and if you have seen the series, let me know which episode has been your favourite thus far. Jon Moxley has had a busy week, appearing twice for GCW on their Bloodsport and Spring Break shows. At Bloodsport, which sees wrestlers fight in an MMA-inspired style, saw Moxley end his Bloodsport winning streak, coming up short against former UFC heavyweight champion Josh Barnett. Barnett picked up the win via referee stoppage after repeatedly stomping on Moxley's head. The next night, a new GCW World Champion was crowned, with Nick Gage defeating Ricky Shane Page in a death match. After the bout, Gage's old foe Jon Moxley turned up, driving the new champ through a number of light tubes with a paradigm shift, seemingly to set up a future death match between the two at some point in the future. And before we continue, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you drop a like down below, as it helps me out a lot, and why not subscribe as we head towards 10,000 subscribers. But let's get back to the video. Nick Gage, who we previously mentioned as a future subject of the Dark Side of the Ring, is known for his brutal matches and is one of the most feared men in the business. He's also a convicted bank robber, pleading guilty in 2011 before a 5-year jail sentence. The two have battled in death matches in the past before Moxley went to WWE, fighting a number of times for the CZW promotion. The match will be interesting to say the least, and we'll keep you updated with any dates in the future. And finally, Chris Jericho has sent the rumour mill spinning after teasing a WrestleMania appearance yesterday on Instagram, after he posted a photograph of himself with the WWE corporate jet. The picture was taken at the Tampa International Airport, with Tampa of course being the home of WrestleMania this weekend. We should stress that although speculation of Jericho appearing in some capacity tonight or tomorrow at Raymond James Stadium, Chris Jericho does in fact live close to Tampa, therefore likely just happened to spot the jet on his way back from this weekend's AEW tapings, and is just trying to get people talking ahead of his appearance on Broken Skull Sessions on Sunday night. Another possibility is that the photo was taken on his way to the recording of the show with Steve Austin, with Jericho using the official WWE transport to get there. So that would suggest that the picture may well be a few weeks old, with him only posting it just now. It should be said that these two options are way more likely than a WrestleMania appearance itself, although it shouldn't be ruled out entirely. You never know what's going to happen in wrestling these days, with many shocks happening, and the fact that Chris Jericho is set to appear on Peacock and the WWE Network in 2021 shows that anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation. And while you're here, why not check out 10 WWE and AEW jumps we could see in the next 5 years, where we discuss a potential move to WWE for Chris Jericho.